please text the word Bulls along with your issue and keep going. At shooting guard, standing 6'5", number 1, MB.
They say revenge is a dish.
Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Now let's take a look at some of the numbers for MP.
And guys, how about the surge of offense he's experiencing right now? These last 5 games, he's been a machine at the offensive end. A different score than he had been earlier in the season. We'll find out if he can keep it going here tonight.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. DeRozan and Murray slot in at the small and power forward. Levine is out there with Ellis. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 spot. And for the Bulls, MP out there with Lonzo Ball. And it's Vucevic. Then it's Kevin Huerter. And it's Bruce Ellis in at the 4. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
So the Chicago Bulls able to put up the first points on the board. Tight open look here for Murray. His 3-pointers off the mark. Murray against Huerter. Pass to Buzelis. And it's off from 3-point range. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Kings. It's a 3-point game. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, sometimes the matchups just aren't in your favor no matter what you do. It seems like your opponent does it better.
Yeah, it wasn't a close one. And sometimes that's the kind of loss you'd rather have because it really gets the attention of your players.
Just 5 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. 18 feet out. Huerter, no good. Levine against MP. Levine passes to DeRozan. Off target from outside. Chicago's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Levine. Stolen by Ball. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. And Vucevic with... the basket on the assist by MP.
2 physical points from Vucevic. He enjoys bumping down low.
Back to DeRozan. And they double up DeRozan. Here's Sabonis. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Al Levine following the 3-point attempt by MP. Misses the layup. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter, and he gets it to go.
Strong work down low from MP. He doesn't let aggressive defense throw him off his game.
And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks, guys. The Kings were not complacent this summer. They have added all-star DeMar DeRozan in a sign and trade. He brings even more firepower to an offense that was already among the league's best. And in the loaded Western Conference, the Kings knew they had to make moves to stay in the fight. DeRozan is one of the biggest signings in Kings franchise history, guys.
A tremendous addition. Shams, thanks for the update. Outside, Ball. Pass to Buzelis. And here's Herter. Buzelis sets a screen for Herter. Drills it from outside.
And good to get him going early. That shot should give him some confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
Sabonis. And that comes off the assist by Levine.
And the confidence from Sabonis. Since being traded from OKC back in 2017, this guy has raised his level.
Now, here's Ball. 11 points for him in that last game against Washington. Pass to Buzelis. It's rebounded by Sabonis. The Kings trail by 6. Here's Ellis. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's Vucevic. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The Kings have gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. DeRozan against Ball. And DeRozan. Here we go. Vucevic with the rebound.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
With his soft touch around the rim, Buzelis should score a lot of points in the paint over his career.
And it's the Kings with the ball. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Good on the triple. DeRozan's got 5 points so far.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Pass to Herter. And there's the foul. It's on Keegan Murray. That's his first foul. Malik Monk, he's checked in for the Kings.
In for the Kings, number 0, Malik Monk.
MP with a screen on Monk. Clock at 6. Here's Vucevic, and slam dunk by Vucevic.
After setting a strong screen, the ball goes to Vucevic, and he makes a play.
And so Monk will bring it up for Sacramento. Trailing by 5. DeRozan scanning the floor. Sabonis against Vucevic from the baseline. Sabonis, that's good. Sabonis has got his second basket.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Herter on the wing. Against Washington, he was really on his game.
Well, this was his shot to miss, honestly. Poor coverage, good setup. He just couldn't knock it down.
A good look from DeRozan. Chicago grabs the miss.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey guys, MP in the last game against the Wizards put on a show. He scored an amazing number of points, and as we've come to expect, he filled it up from 3-point range whenever he could. A fantastic performance from him. Something he wants to repeat tonight. Kevin?
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, and we're likely to see them go to him early on. See if he can't replicate that performance.
Now here's DeRozan. He's coming off a 16-point game against the Celtics in Boston. Murray outside. No good. That would have tied it.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
MP outside. Vucevic a screen on Levine. Out left to the wing. Bruzelis, no one around him. Off target with his three.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Bean passes to Monk. Outside DeRozan. Monk outside. Pass to Sabonis. Vucevic with the block.
Well, defensively, Vucevic was in great position and times that perfect.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now Monk. He's coming off a 19-point game against Boston.
And he was a menace on the defensive end in that one, just racking up the blocks.
That three off the mark. Chicago leading by 5. Ball feeling it out a bit. Pass to Herter. Launches a three. It's hauled in by the Kings. Sabonis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's DeRozan, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. On top of being such a great mid-range shooter, Stan, DeMar DeRozan has earned a reputation for also being a timely scorer. He performs well in the clutch.
Yeah, I was on the wrong end of that too many times, Kevin. DeMar ranks in the top 5 among players in clutch buckets made for his career, and he was given the nickname King of the Fourth.
Oh, I like that. He gets it in there.
MP doing a great job letting the play develop, making the defense pick their poison.
Murray outside. Back to Monk. MP against Levine. Out to the right wing. Monk outside. Over Jones. The shot by Monk is no good. Bulls leading by 5. Now, here's MP. Here's another guy who had a stellar performance in that win against Washington.
That's a young, creative mind right there. MP doing work.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Sacramento's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far in the first. Levine kicks to Murray. Outside DeRozan. Just 4 to shoot. Back to Murray. Puts up a 3. Drains it from beyond the arc. Murray's got 6.
And you like Murray as a spot-up shooter, knows where to park himself, and always ready to receive the pass.
MP passes to Smith. Back to MP for 3. Good! Another from 3.
And his incredible shooting season continues.
Oh, up the history charts he climbs, GA, now tied for 3rd all-time for 3s in a season. Absolutely amazing. Here's Monk. The rebound by Dosunmu.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
Pass to Smith. At the elbow, Collins. MP with it. Guarded by Levine. MP, that's for 2. Another one falls for Chicago.
Well, he has owned this quarter. A major reason they're up right now.
And DeRozan kicks to Levine. Monk outside. Pass to Wiles. He's looking for Levine and finds him. Nails the baby hook.
High percentage territory for Levine.
There's 45 seconds left in the first quarter. MP with it. 14 points for him. Smith with a screen on Levine. Stolen. By Levine. And here we go with DeRozan running it up the middle. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Substitution on the court.
.26 seconds left to play here in the first. Monk's shot's good.
How about the quickness of that release by Monk? An experienced catch-and-shoot player who feels comfortable firing from deep.
Smith sets the pick for MP. Connects again from distance.
The threes just don't stop with him. He's been a machine from beyond the arc ever since the start of the season.
He continues, doesn't he, to shoot his way up the history books and now sits solely by himself for third most threes in a season. And so it's MP making things happen for the Chicago Bulls. He delivered 9 points from three-point range that quarter. Terrific work from distance. We come back right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Bulls.
Well, they've set the tone early with their pace. So important to capitalize on transition opportunities, and it keeps the defense off balance.
And so far, just a great job forcing turnovers and creating opportunities in the open floor. The defense at the heart of that.
We've got Buzelis. Lonzo Ball out there with MP. Then there's Zach Collins. And it's Herter in at the three. That's the group for the Chicago Bulls to start the second quarter. And the foul called up. MP. That's foul number 2 for him.
2 fouls for him now in the first half. He's going to have to be really smart going forward.
And the Bulls making a change here. Vucevic is checked in. And a change for the Kings. Carter, he's checked in for Davis. Pass to LaRavia. Screen by Sabonis. A three-pointer off the mark.
A good board there. And overall, they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group. But it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
Chicago leading by 4. Here's Ball. Hasn't made one yet. Dives to the hoop. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Well, Stan is a former coach. I imagine it has to be hard.
Substitution on the court.
Ellis surveying the D. Lyles kicks to Ellis. Pass to Levine. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Stan, as productive as Zach LaVine has been, you get the sense he wants to compete for titles. He wants more than just the individual stuff.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, at this point in his career, it just hasn't all worked for the teams he's been on yet, but he's still got some time to figure it out.
Yeah, he does. Jones checked in for Sacramento. To the inside. Using his athleticism, MP with the play.
Well, even though he hasn't been in the league a long time, MP knows exactly where to get his points.
Outside, LaVine. To the middle. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The fans at the Bulls games are in very good company because Don C is in the crowd. In fact, guys, I'm wearing some of his stuff tonight. I like the drip.
One of Chicago's premier streetwear designers, from shoes to hats. His styles have definitely made a mark on the league.
Here's Peeler. And the shot falls short this time.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Jones, the pass to Smith. And here is Dosunmu. He had 10 points in the win against Washington.
And let's see, guys, if that triggers another little explosion from him after hitting 3 triples in that first quarter.
Outside DeRozan. Sinks that one from the post. DeRozan's got 11 points.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Bulls trail by 6. Now Jones. No scoring in this one. Smith with a screen on Ellis. 6 to shoot. Jones kicks to Smith. Offline with his 3. Kings leading now by 6. DeRozan passes to Monk. Here's LaVine. It's all in by the Bulls. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of Sacramento.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
Well, in terms of where they sit in the league, these teams are both in the middle of the pack, but both are looking to take the next step.
Outside DeRozan. Pass to Monk. Back to DeRozan. Now here's Ellis. Monk, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Ellis. He's got 17.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Now here's Jones. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. And with that shot, the Sacramento lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from MP.
Nice looking 3-ball by MP. Proving he can hurt you from downtown.
Monk kicks to DeRozan. And the rejection by Smith. 2 points. That one goes. Monk's got 19 points.
Well, his percentage keeps going up. He's adapted to what the defense is showing him.
MP inside. Monk defending. Sacramento leading by 4. Ellis outside. Pass to Monk. Takes the 3. Rebound by Smith.
Well, that is stifling coverage on the perimeter. That's how you stop a good shooter in his tracks.
Jones with nothing on the board. Back to MP. Fires from deep. Another miss by MP. So the Bulls, their last game, a win against Washington. Rosen dishes to Ellis. Down low, here's Monk. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on MP.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
And Monk drops them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
MP looking around for the 3. And so it's Sacramento with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. From beyond the arc, they've been absolutely tremendous. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Hold on, And turning our attention to the first half of our game tonight.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Sacramento leading by 6. On the floor for Sacramento. The post pair for him will be Murray and Sabonis. Levine is out there with Ellis. And it's DeRozan in at the small forward. Pass to MP. Herter with it. Buzella sets a screen for Herter. A three-pointer, no good. And the Kings shooting well, 50% from the floor. Here's DeRozan. It's rebounded by Herter. Herter's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Domantas Sabonis set the longest double-double streak in over half a century last season with 61 straight double-doubles. He said, "It's awesome to be mentioned as the greats. It's my job as a big man to get rebounds and to finish." At the end of the day, just out there. Kevin?
Thank you, David. That double-double streak was a blast to watch. Historic in so many ways.
Well, one thing with Levine, you love the way he can attack at all 3 levels on the floor.
And he makes all 3. So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. Ball, the pass to Peeler. Pass to Herter. Beyond the arc. And Domantas Sabonis pulls it down. Sabonis has got the glass covered here tonight. 11 boards for him. DeRozan. Not going to go that time.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
And it's Ball penetrating. Nice D from Levine. And so Levine will bring it up now for the Sacramento Kings. 6-point lead. Ellis finds Murray. Back to Ellis. It's tipped. Stolen by Ball. And Ball slams it in.
And really an outstanding combination of length and athleticism. Ball is the perfect guy to take it coast to coast.
Ellis outside. Murray outside. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. And now we'll take a second to look at the race for Rookie of the Year. A new year ahead of us and so much more for these young players ranked by their impact so far. You look at MP, well, he's shown he's a force as we move along in the meat of the season, sitting pretty at that #1 spot now, and it's his race to lose.
And this is just a special, special player. No question he should be favored for the Rookie of the Year award at this point.
Well, no debate here. He's running away with it and looks poised for big things to come.
Ellis kicks to Sabonis. Ellis outside. Back to Sabonis. 5 to shoot. Sabonis' screen on Herter. Here's DeRozan. No dice from the high post.
Yeah, he hasn't had the best night from the field, but his teammates have had his back.
Vucevic with the bucket.
And 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Outside, Sabonis. Levine for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Herter's got 6 rebounds here tonight. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Sacramento's gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Levine, that's good.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Pass to Vucevic. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And Stan, we seem to be in the midst of a big man renaissance in the NBA. And I personally, I love it. So that being said, which of these big stars do you like the most?
Well, that's a tough question because there's so much talent and they're all different. You've got Embiid, who is unstoppable offensively. You've got Wembanyama with his combination of size and length, skill and agility. You've got guys who can shoot the ball. But the guy that combines the most of those things that I would take, Nikola Jokic. Well, look. Levine is such a gifted scorer that it opens up so much for him out of pick and roll action.
DeRozan against MP. Here's Buzelis. 8 points for him. White, good.
Laser focus from White. The moment that pass was headed to him, he was ready.
Sabonis, the pass to DeRozan. MP grabs the miss.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
White, good.
Boy, you can see their confidence growing. They have reason to believe.
Yeah, they're in this one. They have some momentum on their side, and they just need to keep up the intensity.
DeRozan's shot is off.
Well, so far in the second half, he hasn't been able to get another 3 to fall.
Out of bounds, Sacramento will take possession. And a chance now to take a look at the schedule for the Chicago Bulls. On Tuesday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the New Orleans Pelicans. Then on Wednesday, they'll be taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks. And here's Levine. 14 points for him. Now Ellis. Pass to DeRozan. Murray kicks to DeRozan. Fires for 3. That doesn't go either for DeRozan.
His shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Vucevic setting the pick for White. He's looking for MP and finds him. Ball with the bucket. We may have an injury here. That does not look good.
Well, I mean, you really feel for him. I mean, and the entire team.
Yeah, this can bring a team together. Guys can step up and try to pick up the slack for an injured teammate.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Lyle comes in for DeMar DeRozan. And Monks subbed in for Ellis. Then for the Bulls, Collins checked in for Vucevic. And it's Jalen Smith in for Lonzo Ball. Chicago leading by 3. Pass to Peeler. Back to White. And here's Collins from outside. Another 3 for Chicago.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them? Today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. You know, Stan, it is great to see Kobe White put it all together.
It sure is, Kevin. This guy...
Sacramento Kings, GA, the expectations for this group have risen.
Well, it was about just making the playoffs for this franchise and breaking that drought. Now, Kevin, it's about advancing in the postseason. Just getting there isn't good enough.
Here's Peeler. Kicks it out to Jones. Smith sets the pick for Jones. Chicago with a new 14. MP. No good. The Kings trail by 11. There's LaRavia. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Now here's Jones. On the wing, MP. Misses, and he wants that one back. And so it's the Chicago Bulls. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've done a phenomenal job down low, so many of their points coming right at the rim. We'll take a quick break and then... And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Now an update on DeMar DeRozan from David Aldridge. Hey, what'd you find out?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer for the Kings. Unfortunately, he's saying it appears to be a broken ankle, which, if true, would be devastating. Right in the heart of the season. This is when injuries start to mount. You're going to have to adjust. Kevin?
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
They've got Kevin Huerter. Buzelis out there with Vucevic. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Peeler in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Chicago.
Fantastic slam by MP, proving how dangerous he can be inside.
Look. Kings trail by 12. Levine looking around. Monk for 3. Chicago grabs the miss. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it.
Crafty move there from MP to get to the foul line. The young man, fearless inside.
And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
Well, they've clearly been focused on getting the ball inside. And up to this point, the defense has not had an answer.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of points off assists. And it's always a good sign when your team is working as a cohesive unit.
And Levine with with the slam.
Well, that was impressive. There are only a few players in the league who can pull that off.
And great camera work showing up on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Monk against MP. Right through contact. MP.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
MP against Monk. Miles with the screen. Now, here's Monk. He's tightly guarded. Kicks it out to Ellis. No good with the triple.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in cracking this huge lead.
Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well. And that sends MP to the free throw line. That one on Monk. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well. But the results haven't been.
Chicago leading by 16. Pass the ball. Floats it up for it. Another one goes. Incredible.
Well, he's gone up to 40 as he continues to just dominate.
You're right. We knew he had a shot at it tonight. He is now tied for third for the most 40-point games in a season.
And you can put him in the same breath as Michael Jordan. They both can say they had 37 games of 40 or more.
It's stolen by Buzelis. Here's Herter. Good, and it's MP picking up the assist. Peeler's got his 7th assist in the game. The Kings trail by 20. Now let's the pass to Lyons. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Monk for three. Sinks the three-pointer. Monk's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Kings.
And if you thought the break would slow him down, you were wrong. He remains red hot from deep.
From deep, Herter. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
Here's Monk. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What are some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh, my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think, number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, not running back on defense, things like that, that I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just
frustrating as heck.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control. That's their third straight make off an assist.
Timeout, Sacramento. Something we're used to seeing here in the NBA, Coach. Retired. Players being critical of the younger generation.
I think it's unfortunate, Kevin. I really do. I think the approach should more be from the retired players. They should have an appreciation of what they built and really enjoy the accomplishments of the current players. And then on the other hand, the current players need to look back and respect the foundation that those former players built for them.
Sabonis' shot is off. And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Bulls. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Pass to MP. Vucevic with it. Shoots. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Bulls lead by 21.
Talk about a guy who never gives up. MP showing great effort.
Sacramento's gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. Monk outside. And stolen by MP. And MP throws it down hard.
And how about the look at the mid-air theatric switching hands before the slam?
Wow, added just a touch of class to that throwdown. Sabonis kicks to Monk. Sabonis trying to get open. And there's Monk on the assist by Sabonis. Sabonis has got 3 assists in the game. Outside, Ball. Here's Vucevic. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Sabonis. Hey, Greg, one thing that the Kings have had work for them over the last few seasons is their depth.
And have made some shrewd moves to fill out their bench. Got great contributions from their 6 through 10 players. It's been a big part of their recent success.
Jones checked in for the Kings. Carter comes in for Ellis. 1 for 3. It's good from long range. Monk's got 14 points now in the second half.
The defense is far too slow to close out on those 3-point attempts.
Ball with it. MP outside. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. Sacramento's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. Here's Laravia. Here's Monk. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense.
Here's Ball. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Stan, the NBA awards impact so much on these players and what they think they can acquire and achieve. How do you feel about the structure of award voting?
Well, right now, Kevin, there's about 100 analysts that each get a vote, and that seems like as good approach as any. Certainly, I need to be on that panel, and, you know, I mean, I think we'd probably get more worthy award winners if they would just let me pick them myself.
But, you know, they make your picks public, and a lot of times voters are uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, that doesn't really bother me. I'm used to people disagreeing with me anyway. I have a family, Kevin.
MP against Lions. Again, what an avalanche!
50 points. For him yet again, and I feel privileged to watch this guy go to work this season.
Now he is pulled even for the second most. Point games in a single season. What a year it's been for him.
And to match 30 games of 50 points or more in a single season, it's unreal. That was a number that prime Wilt Chamberlain established back in 1963.
Ellis finds Monk. In the corner, it's Levine. 6 on the shot clock. There's the 3. The rebound by Peeler.
They've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
What execution. MP getting up high for that finish.
Kings have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. Pass to Levine. So Stan, I've been wondering about these different approaches. The development system for youth basketball is vastly different in the U.S. than in Europe. Which do you think is best?
Well, I think in terms of developing skills, Kevin, we've seen it. The European players of all sizes have very well-rounded games skill-wise. They do a lot of work on a daily basis developing those skills, whereas in the U.S., our young guys play a lot of games in the AAU system. Skill development not as strong, but they do learn to compete on an everyday basis.
And let's get an update on Keegan Murray's injury. David, what's the news there?
Well, guys, I had a moment to catch up with Sacramento's head athletic trainer. He said it's definitely an ankle sprain and that he feels a throbbing pain. This injury could be devastating for them. This is a team that had title hopes, Kevin, and this is not what they need.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it is always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue. To impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
Pass to Vucevic, and the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. And the Bulls will go for a different look here. Zach Collins checked in for Vucevic. Jalen Smith comes in for Buzelis. Ayo Dosunmu is checked in for Kevin Huerter. And it's Kobe White in for Lonzo Ball. The Kings also at the sub. Murray's checked in. Monk kicks to Levine. Well, Stan, I know you made the transition from college to the NBA as a coach and were successful, but how hard is that transition for the players to go from college to the pro?
It's an incredible transition, Kevin. In college, let's think about it. The very best teams may have 2 or 3 NBA caliber players. You know how many NBA players are on NBA teams? 15 of them. And the pace of the game, everything happens faster, so all of your reads and decisions have to happen faster. That's what I think takes the time more than the skills themselves.
At the line for the Kings.
And so Levine nails both of them. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter. MP kicks to Smith. Outside, White. No good from outside.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bulls.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And this will push their record to 39 wins in a good effort tonight.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for MP.
Well, offensively, they needed him to be aggressive, and he delivered. What a game.
White inside, working on Ellis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Third personal foul.
Well, White can attack fast, and the defense was unprepared to contest him cleanly.
Kobe White taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for White. And Zoelis will bring it up for Sacramento. Monk outside. And a miss there on the triple. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here is MP. Pass to Dosunmu. Out to Smith. Back to Dosunmu. Shot clock at 6. This one for 3. Keeps it alive. It's good on the putback.
And you know they feel good giving their fans a show here while taking care of business.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game means...
Right, MP. They can't stop you. So you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say.